Greetings one and all, this is Rhythmworks and welcome gamers to my channel with a franchise that I have cited many a time on many a video on my channel as being the franchise that has gotten me into first person shooters in the first place. A franchise that I will always have time for that very said reason, which is the Far Cry franchise. Now, Far Cry 3 has arguably got to be the best iteration out of the series, but I've got to say Far Cry 5 is going to be up there as well. Far Cry 4 I pretty much enjoyed, but I just found that the antagonist didn't really have much in the game as opposed to Vaz in Far Cry 3. But John Seed and Joseph Seed, in fact the whole Seed family, they play a big part in this game, and it is creepy. It has echoes of Waco in it as well, and it can be argued that it is controversial in that respect, but it just basically shows that this shit happens for real on a worldwide level, not only in America but all places in the world. Do you know what I mean? Just look at Islamic State, for example. Do you know what I mean? So there is my case for the prosecution, as it were, or my defense, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, back to the game. Far Cry 5, absolutely loved the game, enjoyed playing the game immensely. Now, the pros is that there is always a trippy section in any Far Cry game, and this one does not fail. I'll give you a small example, right? If you encounter any skunks in this game and they turn around and point their ass at you and sprinkle that piss on your face, you will be stoned by it. It will trip you out. That's just one little ingredient that they basically put in the game, which is quintessentially Far Cry. Do you know what I mean? The mechanics are basically the same. It absolutely looks gorgeous. I like the feel and the tone of the game as well. And there is definitely a massive degree of menace from the Seed family. Do you know what I mean? And I like the way how all the protagonist characters are mapped out. There's so much to do in there. The guns for hire, your missions, your outpost liberations, they are all there and to be enjoyed. My one con out of the pros and cons, this is my main con, and I was led to understand that this was the case in Far Cry 4, but it was just so long I couldn't remember, is the land vehicles. The cars, the quads, the vans, the lorries, the pickup trucks. They don't work properly. And I've looked in the vehicles and it gives me the option to release the brakes and all of that stuff. And even when I do that, it just chugs along and it says, it gives you the option to auto drive. And even when you auto drive, it has a thing where it says auto drive on no signal, and it's literally just over a foot. It's just chugging so slow, it just does not work properly. And I didn't realize that was the same problem with Far Cry 4. When that came out, it was the same problem with the vehicles. But anyway, I'm kind of digressing, but it's an important part of the game because some missions you need the vehicles to basically complete the missions. There's a mission where it's a special delivery mission where you got to basically drive this woman who is the wife of the pilot, I forgot what his name is, and she's having a baby, so you got to basically drive her to the hospital to get the baby delivered. It's not happening, it's not working, and I don't really want her to have a miscarriage, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just leave the mission as it is. But that's just a small problem, but an integral problem in the game. Other than that, it's absolutely stunning to play. And also another pro that I really like about the game is the arcade mode of the game, and this really comes into its own because where you had like the map editor in Far Cry 3, I'm not sure if it was in Far Cry 4, I'm not sure if it was, but definitely in Far Cry 3 you had a map editor. With this iteration you have the same thing. And the thing I'm really liking about it is the creativity of the community, because they're actually recreating iconic maps from different games like COD, Modern Warfare 2 and stuff like that. You know, when you play those maps and you have the opportunity to basically play multiplayer mode, solo mode, co-op mode, and there's different modes within the games itself, like Journey, just getting from A to B, and I think you have Conquest, where you just got to kill a certain amount of enemies and stuff like that, and they can be very challenging, but there are some that are just so piss easy. It's just a way of basically getting reputation points and also money to buy your items and your weapons and stuff like that. I mean, that's gonna basically happen, but you're not really gonna have fun playing those games. You want to play maps that are a bit challenging. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know, horses for courses, as it were. But what I'm trying to say is that the map editor feature is one of which that will basically extend the life of this game. Absolutely, because like I said, you can play solo, you can play co-op, you can play multiplayer, and you got hero mode as well, where you fight these yetis. Are they yetis? They look black anyway, but they're yeti-like creatures and stuff. But without going into it too deep, I have to say that Far Cry 5 definitely stands to be a contender for Game of the Year already. There's no shade of a doubt where that is concerned, because the game is so big. The map is big. The life of the game is lengthened by the creative elements within the game, i.e. the map editor. And I've been asked quite a few times since I've been playing this game, what do I think of it? Now, I've put in like, how many hours? At least 40 hours of the game so far since I've got it. And I've done so many streams. I think I've done 15 streams of at least an hour and a half each. So, yeah, it's over 45 hours, isn't it? I guess. Anyway, my math is a bit shoddy at the moment, so I can't tell you exactly how many hours I've basically played. But I've played enough. I've played a lot, and I had to take a break simply because of the fact that I know what happens when I get into a game that I really like playing. On day one, I just play the hell out of it, and then what happens? I get day one purchase apathy, and I get jaded by the game, and I don't go in it for a little while. So I've learned to kind of pace myself out with this game, but they've done a good job. Ubisoft has done a really good job where you can literally just take a break from the campaign mode in game and go into the arcade mode, design your maps or play community generated maps within the game as well, and have a blast. Absolutely have a blast with it, you know. So if anyone's on the fence about Far Cry 5, I implore you to get the game. Get the game. Absolutely get the game. There is so much for you to do in it. It looks beautiful. It looks clean. You know, it's got a contemporary feel that I love about the game, as opposed to Far Cry Primal. I'm not about clubs and spears, man. I'm about guns, man. But anyway, it's with that I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now. And as always, you know, the coup, whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre, happy gaming, because that's what it's truly about. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, until I catch you on the next one, stay blessed. Get the game. Magan.